How much are you willing to surrender, to truly surrender? We're told so much the power of surrendering, the power of letting go, of detaching and just being yourself. But how do we actually do it? When we're in the arena, when we have no choice. Because it's easy to talk about it. It's easy to brush it aside. To not face what you need to face. Any pain, any suffering. Because we all have endured some of that. But we're very quick to brush it off in a world full of distractions. But when it comes time to surrendering, whether that's through a powerful psychedelic experience, whether that's through a traumatic event in your life, because these things are bound to happen. You don't need to do psychedelics to know, to be in a situation where you have to eventually surrender. It'll come around. And you gotta be ready, prepared for whatever is to come in your life. That's why these practices like meditation, breath work, just overall mindfulness, you don't just do them for the effects of the same day, to feel less stress throughout the day, to handle more chaos, whatever is thrown at you. But it's to be able to stay calm when you're in the arena. Because we're all going to be thrown in the arena, and a lot of times we don't have any warning, any preparation. And sometimes even if you do have preparation, you still will never be prepared. Does that hit hard? Do you feel that? When you are preparing for what's to come, the inevitable, but yet no matter how much you prepare, you still never feel prepared. Because sometimes you have to be just thrown in the arena, and that is the contradiction, the dichotomy, right? The paradox. The paradox is the fact that you must prepare, yet at the same time, you can't prepare sometimes. And that's when you learn the best, is when you just get thrown there. But we're thrown there for different reasons. Sometimes it's tragic events in our lives that maybe we know are coming, but we don't know when they're coming. They come around the corner, we're just like, wow, how do I deal with this? Other times, maybe you can prepare. And maybe that does help. Maybe you're able to handle more. But surrendering is an interesting word. Probably were never exposed to that word growing up when you were younger. I know I wasn't. Probably really only heard that word when I went deeper and I learned more about, these spiritual, esoteric things. Before that, all I thought of the word surrender was something related to an incident with police, with violence, right? To surrender, war. There's a reason why we haven't really studied this word. And I think it's worth it to go deeper and just focus on one word, whether it's surrender, whether it's detachment, whether it's love. And I think the more you focus your consciousness on one of these words, especially during the times when you have to surrender, or just the tough times in general, that allows us to be more equipped to handle what's to come, more internally equipped. You see, we have enough armor externally. We're well prepared externally to be able to bounce off any pain, to be able to just keep things on the surface. But when all said and when it comes down to the arena itself, the external armor just completely shatters, and it becomes an internal game versus yourself, not against anybody else, versus the person in the mirror. And that's when I think the armor internally serves you well, to be able to go, and maybe it's a quote, maybe it is just a word like surrender, Or maybe it is a passage from something, a mantra, I think that serves a lot of us. I think I like to work on that. But right now I'm focused on the word surrender. I think this is great advice, especially, I'm just thinking about people who go through, intense psychedelic experiences, right? This is something that they carry with them as an intention to go back to a certain word when things get bumpy, when things get tough. So surrender, my friend. Because when you surrender, things just open up. And now's the best time to surrender. Now's the best time to surrender. Whatever's to come in May is going to come in May. But you got to be prepared. Even though sometimes you can never be prepared. You may as well be prepared for certain things that will honor your preparedness, even though other things won't. It can only help you, is what I'm trying to say. So prepare yourself for what's to come, whatever it may be. It may not be an intense psychedelic experience. It may be just a new chapter opening up for you. But try your best to go inwards. You don't need to meditate. Just spend more time outdoors in nature. Ever thought about that? Like what I'm doing. Spend more time in your natural habitat, as we should do more often as humans in our natural environment. And as you start to eat better, sorry, video cut out there for a second, but I was just saying that as you have better inputs, as you begin to audit your lifestyle, and then, you do things like just sit outside indoors or outdoors with yourself, with your thoughts, and you see what part of you can you surrender, right? Just because you're not having a traumatic event happen in your life or whatever it may be, doesn't mean you can't surrender in little ways. We're always holding on to different parts of ourselves in so many little ways. Some of them are obvious, but some of them aren't. So ask yourself today, this is your homework, for myself as well, is to ask yourself, what ways can I surrender? Can I let go to things that I don't need to hold on to? And you may rationalize to think that, well, it's not important. I could hold on to it. It's not going to hurt me. But that's not the point. The point is just to let go of it all. Because there's no need to hold on to it. There's no need to feel heavier. You'll feel lighter the more you surrender and the more you practice it. And it's a muscle. It's a muscle. You just got to train it. Just like you train your biceps, you train your surrender muscle. The Surrender Experiment. It's a great book by Michael A. Singer. So that's it for today. If you want to connect, if you want to be mentored, potentially if you're a good fit, there's a link down below to have a call with me. We can just chat about this, about whatever it may be. I'm passionate about building community, about building tribes away from modern society. So I'm out here on a ranch, an 8,000 acre ranch with a bunch of other entrepreneurs that are now my friends. So anyways, if you're passionate about any of this stuff or you just want to have a call, link down below. And as always, much love, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.